What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the 94 Code channel. Today, hopefully, once and for all, we solve our GTI's engine issues. Let's go. All right, y'all are in the engine bay. So, I'm just gonna get right to it. I'm gonna clear a couple things up first. Number one, I am very tired. I had a lovely week-long vacation with my family at the beach, but you know, I still have a 1-year-old and still had to manage him, and so as refreshing and relaxing as it was, I'm tired. Number two, I am over this. I'm just so beyond ready to be driving this car again and enjoying it, listening to the Wookiee do its Wookiee things. And so this episode is hopefully just going to be short and sweet. I'm going to show y'all the remainder of the process of replacing these rod bearings. Today we're going to do the engine flush, or do a couple of them. And let me show you what that's going to entail. Off camera, I did get those O-rings for the crossover tube and the oil pickup tube. So the whole bottom end is put back together. The oil pan is resealed. I didn't bother filming any of it because my phone was dead, and also like it's RTVing an oil pan onto an engine. It's not riveting content. We've got some cheap oil. This is 5 quarts of oil and it was like 25 bucks. And we got some ATF. It's OEM, putting in OEM fluids. This engine takes 5.8 quarts, I believe, with a filter. We're gonna do 5 quarts of that cheap synthetic 5W40, but then we're gonna do 0.8 quarts of ATF. Why ATF? So ATF, automatic transmission fluid, it is an oil, but it also acts as a detergent. So we've gone in, we've done these rod bearings. There's still probably little teeny molecules of oil floating through the engine. And so this is hopefully gonna help clear all that out, clean all those oil passages, just help flush everything out. So I've got 10 quarts of this. I have more than 2 quarts of this. So we're gonna do 2 rounds of this. I've also purchased 3 oil filters, 2 really cheap ones, and then a nice oil filter. And so once we do 2 rounds of engine flush, we will fill this up with liquid moly and put a good oil filter on it, and then cross our fingers, say a prayer, hope for the best, whatever. But we'll continue to change the oil pretty frequently, probably every 500 miles or so. We'll monitor what it looks like. We're obviously gonna have some debris in the oil, those first couple of oil changes, because we're breaking in the new bearings. But I would say after a couple thousand miles, that should hopefully kind of clear itself up, and then we'll know if we still have issues. I do have a second 3.6, so if I gotta refresh that, turn that thing around and get it in the car, so be it. Big shout out to all of you who commented on the past 2 videos, who suggested just to do the rod bearings and kind of backed me up, so to speak. So anyway, let's not waste any more time. Let's reattach our serpentine belt, get this cheap oil filter on, put our cheap fluids in, and start her up and hope for the best. ETF. All right, now I'm gonna unplug the coil pack so I can crank it, get some oil pressure first before we fire it. I'm nervous, moment of truth. Well, this will have to wait because my battery is dead.
A lot of sense.
That's the only experience. I've already done like an intro and stuff. That is the only experience I've ever had with them.
I'll jump because I'll do it regardless of the way.
So I'm scared, I'm shaking, but it sounds good. Idling really nice. I meant to mention in the video where I was attempting to diagnose this, those codes that we got in the rough idle was because I had a loose ground that was coming off of the off of one of the camshaft sensors. So that I tightened up the ground, checked the connections, and that cleared itself. So now it's idling really nice. Honestly, it sounds better than it ever has. So we're going to let this sit for like at least 45 minutes. We're going to kind of intermittently rev it, not crazy high, 2,000, 2,500 RPM, just kind of sweep through the rev range real gently, introduce and get all that ATF flowing throughout the engine, and then hopefully we'll get this thing flushed out real good. We'll do it a second time, we'll drain it again, and then we'll put the legit oil in it. This sounds good. This sounds better than it ever has. All right, it is now day 3 of this engine flushing process. I've only had but like an hour 15 minutes at the most each of these past couple days to work on this thing. So I've just filled it up with oil and ATF again. Last night I drained it and it looked about how I expected. A little glittery, a little streaky, but you know, we're breaking in new bearings and still probably flushing crap out. So we're just going to repeat the process again today, let it run for 45 minutes to an hour, just kind of go through the rev range a little bit, let it idle for a while, and then we'll drain it again, and we'll at that point we will fill it with liquid moly and put a high quality oil filter on it, and then we can drive it. So just gonna kind of rush through the last bit of this process. Not gonna show you all a whole lot. Probably show you once I drain it again, and then finally we can move on and put all this behind us. Lights, looking good. Let's drain this oil, see what it looks like. Let's start with the oil filter. Oh, that's hot. Quiet on the set. YouTuber. Here we go. Hope my aim's good. Nope. Oh man. Oh dude, it's clean.
All right.
It's like,
oh, I see it.
Wow, that made a huge difference. All right, so I think that's gonna do it. Kind of hate to leave y'all open-ended, but I've got a little urgent family matter tomorrow. Everybody's fine, but I'm at a very happy place with this car. Second engine flush, oil looks super clean. So we're at a good place. Car runs great. There's no lights on the dash other than the stuff that was on there because the battery had died. So this was a mission success. Hopefully y'all learned something. We've got the good filter in it, good oil in it. Everything's sealed and cleaned up. And so with that, I will probably see y'all next week, roughly. And that is when we will start the revamping process of this car. I'm really excited to announce some sponsors that we have on board, but that'll have to wait till next video. Appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out if you want to support the channel. And don't forget, we also have stickers for sale. I'll catch y'all next time.